Right now, Quadrin Wilson recovering from surgery after weeks of his family calling for his return to the hospital from jail.
Also, new information about an east side car crash with a 14-year-old behind the wheel. What police cited the teen with and what they found in the car.
Temperatures are going to be warming up into the 60s today, and I have a chance for snow in the forecast. This is what...
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
Welcome back, partner.
Hello, do you recognize me?
You look the same.
My gosh.
You look well rested and full of energy this morning. Gosh, you just came through the door like bursting at the seams. So happy to be back at work.
I did. I woke up at 2 a.m., which is a little earlier than normal, and thought, I'm ready for work today because, not just because I love you guys, and I do. I was glad to be back, but because it's like noon in Dubai, where we were for my honeymoon, so I was ready to party.
So send some extra coffee for tomorrow.
Yes, yeah. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit of a struggle. This afternoon I might be a little grumpy, but I am so glad to be back in Wisconsin.
You got some pictures to share coming up in a little bit.
Yeah, so I was on my honeymoon. We went to Dubai and Egypt. Stay tuned, it was lovely. But what's kind of the stickler here is we thought in the desert it would be so warm. It would be a beach vacation. Egypt was colder than what you guys were experiencing here.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, yeah. And now we've got 60s in the forecast for today. Chris Reese, it's like I, took the desert from Egypt and brought it here.
Yeah, you did a little bit that. Fun thing, the desert gets really cold. It also gets really hot.
Yeah.
It's not always hot. Deserts have quite extremes in temperature, but so will we as we go throughout the week. We're talking 60s today, then a chance for some snow, then more 60s to come. So we're truly on this roller coaster ride as we go through time. Headed out the door today, grab those sunglasses, friends. You're going to look great as you wear them as well. We're not shoveling anything. You're not going to want the jacket as we move into the afternoon as well. You might want something light right now. Temperatures are still into the mid-30s, but we're adding 30 degrees to this temperature as we move into the afternoon as well. 30 in Janesville right now. Platteville, good morning. It's 37. The Dells, you're at the freezing point, but good morning to you as well. 40 in Monroe. They're the warm spot in southern Wisconsin this morning. You look at Doppler track, it's it's quiet for us right now. But here's what I'm watching just back to our north. This is a line of showers that I do expect to move to the south and east as we go through time today. That will at least increase our cloud cover later on tonight and bring a little chance to see some raindrops into your Thursday. This is 12 o'clock. Eat your lunch outside. Temperatures are going to be into the 50s, mid-60s by the time you're headed home from work and school today. 62 at dinner time. Have that outside too. Maybe utilize the patio for the first time this season. It'll feel good overall. Here comes that cloud cover overnight. Tomorrow morning, we're in the 60s, and you'll see your off and on chance for some rain. It's not super widespread, but that rain chance will be there. Then we start to talk about the possibility to see some snow as we move towards Friday. This is Friday, 8 o'clock, rush hours going on. Temperatures are into the 30s. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we're going to talk about why it's looking a little bit more snowy as we move towards the later part of the week. But for now, your extended forecast is one that looks just like this. 65 to 55 on Thursday. 38 with rain and snow on Friday. Some accumulation is a possibility. That might end to some AM snow on Saturday. Then rain chances do return by Monday night and for the middle of next week.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you very much. Continuing coverage now, Quadrin Wilson, the man behind a controversial arrest and shooting, is back in the hospital after undergoing a second surgery.
Wilson was in the Dane County Jail from February 4th up until Monday afternoon. His attorney tells News 3 Now the jail staff did the best they could for his medical care. Now back in the hospital, he's being treated for an infection with a cyst and possible fluid near his spine, sparking that second surgery. Wilson's family has been pushing for him to be readmitted to the hospital since his arrest, despite the hospital clearing him for discharge that first time.
I've been told either if everything goes well and the infection subsides, he will be released from the hospital tomorrow or the next day. But they're going to have to shovel him full of antibiotics and make sure the infection is taken care of.
The Dane County Sheriff's Office is still investigating the incident behind Wilson's arrest. Still, more than a month later, there are unanswered questions about this case.
New information this morning about an east side car crash we told you about yesterday. Police now say that a 14-year-old was driving They've cited him with driving under the influence. It happened Monday on North 6th near the intersection of East Johnson. Police say the 14-year-old was behind the wheel with a 16-year-old in the front passenger seat. Two adult women, ages 27 and 38, were in the back seat. The vehicle crashed into a retaining wall of a home.
It's normal. This is the fourth time it's been hit. Each house on this corner, except for the yellow one, has been hit. So it's mainly a monthly thing.
Police say the car belongs to the 38-year-old woman in the back seat. Police also say that the car was full of open intoxicants at the time of the crash.
All right, to Badger news now. Johnny Davis joining Alando Tucker and Frank Kaminsky as the only Badgers to be named an AP First Team All-American. Congrats to him. The All-American team is crowded with Big Ten talent this year, with Davis, Iowa's Keegan Murray, and Illinois' Kofi Cockburn. This is just the latest accolade for Davis. Last week, he won Big Ten Player of the Year. Right now, though, he says all he's focused on is making a deep run in the tournament.
It's really great to be recognized, as the player and the hard work that I put in. But also, I'm not really too worried about individual awards. We got, bigger things on our mind as a team.
We are just 2 days away from March Madness for the Badgers. Tip-off scheduled for 8:50 on TBS.
6:05 now. As schools roll back COVID rules, there's one teacher who's lucky to be back in the classroom. I got to know him for a special eye on education.
Hey, good morning, Sam.
There's a teacher like Michael Derrick at every school.
Sarah, good morning.
The one who's been there seemingly forever.
When I first got here, I was the only art teacher, and there was less than 100 kids taking art.
He's been an art teacher for 31 years, 27 here at Oregon High School.
It's fun watching the kids grow, change, especially artistically, and walk around the school here. You see the talent that we have in this school. They make my job pretty easy. Our ISO.
For as long as he's been here, this school year is unlike any other. The color, the creativity, it all nearly faded forever after a brush with death.
And the doctor just goes, I'm going to be frank with you. Sorry. If you don't do this, we don't think you're going to make it through the night.
COVID had already hit Derrick's family. First, his daughter. When his son showed symptoms, Derrick got tested too.
On Saturday, they called and said that we both tested positive.
Derrick was high risk. A few years ago, he had a liver transplant, making him immunocompromised. When his blood oxygen levels dropped, doctors admitted him to the hospital. Weeks passed. His family shut out.
I was sitting in my room in a chair. I was bored out of my mind. Watching TV most of the time, watching a clock tick backwards. All of a sudden, a team of nurses and doctors come rushing in, and they're like, your numbers are just way off. They're going terribly wrong direction. We think you should be on a ventilator.
Derrick was reluctant.
You always heard about all the things that can go bad after side effects from being on a ventilator, and the doctor just goes, I'm going to be frank with you. Sorry. If you don't do this, we don't think you're going to make it through the night. I was like, holy cow. I hadn't been able to see my family, nothing. All of a sudden I became that guy on the news or that person on the news that they had talked about all the time, where a nurse is volunteering to hold my hand.
From there, he recovered quickly. Derrick was one of the lucky ones.
At that time, I was the only transplant patient to make it out of ICU. So I was, counting my blessings.
His recovery meant missing his first day of school since preschool. While in the hospital, he also missed family birthdays. But he made it for a once-in-a-lifetime moment.
Drum roll, please!
When his daughter was crowned homecoming queen.
We got to see her get crowned. I still even have it on my phone, so it was awesome.
He teaches his students to be observant. Now it's Derrick who has the fresh perspective and a new appreciation.
Just the opportunity to even come back to school. Not that I consider myself like that valuable of an asset or that incredible of a teacher, but definitely had a different appreciation for life and a different appreciation for actually being at school and what the people here meant.
Yeah, so Derek has a couple of times in his life where he's found that new appreciation, most recently, and also after his liver transplant. You know, he was out for several weeks. Luckily, that happened over the summer, so he didn't miss hardly any school time, and he was able to make it for that first day of school. And at that time, just like this time, the staff around him really helped him pull through. And boy, he's had like 2 chances in life where you get to look back at everything around you and appreciate everything that you have going for you. I thought that was really inspiring, and that's why I wanted to share this story.
You know, it leaves me a little speechless to hear that you might not make it through the night. I know to an extent what it's like to have a life-altering event happen to you. You just take life so much more seriously. But to be told you might not make it through the night, I mean, that sort of stops me in my tracks.
Yeah, and I said, I asked him kind of jokingly, was that like an oh crap moment for him? Because at that time, he didn't know how serious it was. He thought everything was okay and he was going to be discharged at any moment. And all of a sudden the doctors and nurses rush in and it's clearly a crisis. He didn't think it was that serious, but it was life or death. And at that moment, he said everything just kind of gets put into perspective. And God, not being able to see your family at a time like that.
Right,
you know,
when you might not make it through the night.
Unbelievable. So it's the people around him who helped him through this and who lifted him up and saw him through. And man, he is loving school now more than ever. And for
Glad
a guy
to
like
hear
that,
he's doing okay. Great story, really great perspective to share, Chris.
Yeah, it's important.
All right, it is 6:11 now. Coming up, a dessert gone viral, now available in our neck of the woods for you to try. Where it is, what it is, all the details you need coming up.
Plus, we're in the 608 checking out Hidden Cave Cidery in Middleton. Come along with us after the break.
Celebrate Ashley's anniversary sale with our biggest scratch and save mattress sale ever. We have millions of dollars of inventory with savings up to 65% off. Save $1,000 instantly on Certa Perfect Sleeper and finance interest-free for 5 years. All at Ashley, Wisconsin's #1 mattress retailer.
It's a fresh new spring season at Madison Lighting. The showroom is filled with the best new lighting trends. Need advice? Their experts make adding light at your house easy. Come in and be inspired. Madison Lighting on Watts Road.
In 15 years, you drink about 15,000 cups of coffee. So Colgate created new Optic White Pro Series toothpaste with the power to remove 15 years of stains for a Pro Series smile. New Colgate Optic White Pro Series.
Enrich your home with appliance and cabinet upgrades at Menards. Check out our huge selection of cabinet styles and finishes. Quality One ready-to-finish oak kitchen cabinets come ready to install. All cabinets are now 11% off. Check out the largest in-stock selection of appliances from top brands like Whirlpool, Amana, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Criterion for energy-saving upgrades. Save 11% on all appliances right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Ashley's biggest scratch and save anniversary sale ever. We have millions of dollars of inventory with savings up to 50% off on doorbusters and finance your entire purchase interest-free for 5 years. All at Ashley, Wisconsin's #1 furniture and mattress retailer.
launching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
6:15. We're in the 608 this morning talking all things cider, or is it Spriter?
Spriter with the hard cider this morning. He's live at the Hidden Cave Cidery in Middleton this morning, which, as we've learned, is actually not hard to find at all. Hey, Josh.
No, not hard to find at all, guys. I almost feel like we need some rebranding now. Spriter with cider, or cider with Spriter. I think either one of those sounds pretty good to me. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Leah, good to see you again. We've got a great story for you this morning. We're here at Hidden Cave Cidery, just off of Pleasant View Road here in Middleton, and there's nothing hidden about it. This place is fantastic. Walker Fanning, you started this last year in June, but you've been making cider for years now, and this has kind of been your dream all the way along, right?
Yes, yeah.
You know, talk a little bit about what got you to where we are standing today.
Well, it took a lot of really good friendships to make this happen. And people, you know, they say in business you want to surround yourself with people who want to see you succeed. And it's just so true because you have, so for instance, when I moved on from the first orchard that I was working on, I had this idea for a cider business, but I didn't have the permits, I didn't have the tanks, but I did know somebody, Nathan Grinewalt over at Old Sugar Distillery, who had the tanks, had the permits, and he would, sometimes his tanks would be empty. So I kind of pitched him the idea and he took a chance on me. And so the first, in 2018, when we started making cider as Hidden Cave Cidery, it was out of Old Sugar Distillery all the way up into this last year, last May, when we kind of got everything figured out in our space. So people like him, they really kind of saw my vision and wanted to help me get there. And people like Dave Wilds from Appleberry Farm, he's just been somebody who, I met him when I was working my first orcharding job, and he brought me in to show me how to prune trees, and he showed me, you know, this is kind of, and then as time went on, they needed an orchard manager at Apple Garden, and with the lockdown, the cider business, there was just all the bars were closed, and we were a draft-only business at the time, and so they reached out to me asking if I wanted to be the orchard manager at their farm, and I said sure, and I worked there for 1.5 years, just really getting more into how to grow the apples and like what it means to be the person who's actually pressing the apples instead of just doing the fermentation, and learning a lot of really good farming techniques from Rami and Boromia. And again, it's just really about surrounding yourself with people who want to see you succeed, and there's no way that I could be here without a bunch of people helping me along the way, and that's really what it takes.
Yeah, we're proud of your success here too, because this is a fantastic space. We're out of time right now, but we've still got one more segment, so we'll get to a little bit more of your story here. Of course, Hidden Cave Cidery, just off of Pleasant View Road, right next to Madtown CrossFit. We've featured them in the 608 before too. So great location, guys. Be sure to check them out today. You can look for more information up on channel3000.com.
Sounds good. Thanks, Josh.
Cider with Spider. Oh, I said it wrong. Cider with Spider. I don't know if we could make that a weekly segment. I wouldn't get it out of my mouth easily. Remember,
eventually get it.
Yeah, that's true. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email.
All right, so highs in the 60s today. Turns out, Chris Reese, that's right on schedule.
Right on schedule. We're expecting our high to reach 65 today. Still the question mark for now. We're going to watch it. We've actually got to get there. But March 16th is normally when we hit 60 degrees or more for the first time of the year. 70s come early April. 80s arrive in late April. It's 30s headed out the door right now, 35, but a beautiful sunrise already setting up shop across parts of southern Wisconsin. We warm up to 65 this afternoon, and that comes with sunshine for all of us. But we start to look ahead, and the model data trying to trend snowy as we move towards Friday and even into parts of Saturday. That's something to watch. Model number 1 has been consistent. Model number 2 kept us completely dry, but overnight, model number 2 brings some rain that's mixed in with some snow, and that even has support from model number 3, which looks a lot like the first one I showed you, bringing in some accumulating snow around here Friday into Saturday. So we're going to keep a close eye now on the end of the week and how things begin to shape up. This right here is Gammon at the Beltline, or the Beltline at Gammon. Road conditions are great. Things are moving along smoothly right now. No weather-related issues are expected when it comes to your commute. In fact, you look at traffic, the roadways across Madison, they are all in great shape right now. Down in Rock County, I am watching one stalled vehicle. This is going to be south of town, north of Beloit, south of Janesville. This is going to be on I-3990, just north of that 43 interchange.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you very much. So get this, Starbucks says it's planning to phase out its iconic cups. They're recyclable already, but it doesn't mean that they always end up getting recycled. Am I right? The company's chief sustainability office calls it a, quote, ubiquitous symbol of a throwaway society. So the plan is now, by 2025, to have every customer be able to either use their own mug or borrow a ceramic or reusable to-go mug from their local Starbucks.
Interesting idea.
I don't know exactly how this would all work.
Right, in a drive-thru.
Yeah, at local coffee shops. This is pretty. This happens a lot. But we'll see how this lands with folks when they actually roll that out.
Okay, to those who love Kraft's mac and cheese ice cream, the unique flavor. It's making a comeback.
Oh boy.
Unique is the right word for it. As of right now, the dessert is available at Walmart locations. It's not clear how long Kraft will keep it on the shelves, though, but you can buy it right here at our local Walmart locations.
It's very intriguing. I'd give it a shot.
We do need to find this and try it.
We do. And make sure the cameras are rolling when we do.
Oh, yeah. Stay tuned, folks. 6:20 now. After the break, a look at my trip to Dubai and Egypt. We'll keep it brief, I promise, but a little bragging rights here.
In our next half hour, the latest from Madison police after a Ukrainian flag was found burnt to ashes. The new development straight ahead.
This portion of News 3 Now is brought to you by Shopko Optical.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the Buffalo Ranch Chicken Pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Grilled chicken, crunchy bacon, covered in creamy buffalo sauce. Now that is an expression.
Change the way you pizza.
Broadway's Tony-winning Best Musical is Dear Evan Hansen. Dear Evan Hansen, May 10th to 15th at Overture Center. Find your tickets at overture.org today.
Dairy farms disappearing, prices up, COVID's still not gone. And what's Ron Johnson done? Voted against new jobs and told us to take mouthwash to cure COVID. I'm Sarah Godlewski. I grew up in Eau Claire where we're more interested in common sense than conspiracies. That's how I've run the state treasurer's office, and common sense is what, quite frankly, we could use in Washington. Practical ideas that just help people, not mouthwash. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and that's why I approve this message.
Everything is relative. Travel, for example. A trip to Stoughton might seem like a long way, but if you're shopping for diamonds, it's closer than you think.
Diamond Select.
Importers of shimmering diamonds from the mines of South Africa to the streets of Antwerp and Tel Aviv. They shop the diamond capitals of the world so you don't have to.
Diamond Select. Direct pricing saves you money.
On GIA certified South African diamonds.
Diamond Select.
Downtown Stoughton.
Cherry on top of your sundae, extra crowd on your brunch, the icing on... you know how it goes. There's nothing wrong with making a good thing even better. That's why saving with EdVest, Wisconsin's 529 college savings plan, makes perfect sense. When you open and fund an account, you plan your family's future and get the extra benefit of a Wisconsin tax deduction. Start now. Like seriously, right now at edvest.com. It's so easy, you can even do it as you enjoy your extra cheese pizza.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. This is a peek at a few of my mornings over the past week and a half. Yeah, fell in love.
The Sphinx there. That's one of the Sphinx, right?
Fell in love with
a
Egypt.
Sphinx.
There were several Sphinxes.
Sphinxi.
Whole other topic. We digress. Let me give you a brief description here. So we were on our honeymoon. We had a layover in Dubai for a couple days, then we went to Egypt. Top left photo is inside a Great Pyramid. Quite an experience in itself. Bottom left, we went four-wheeling through the desert.
How cool.
That was really cool.
You were looking forward to that.
That was cool. We did some sandboarding too. I'll share that video at some point. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
It was neat. Upper right is the Sheikh Zayed Mosque in Abu Dhabi. That's the capital of the United Arab Emirates. Gorgeous, stunning, really reverent place. Bottom lower right is a little sailboat ride we took on the Nile.
What are those called, the boats?
Felucca.
Felucca. That's a fun word to say.
It was. It was freezing. Oh my gosh, it was so cold, Chris. It was 50
you say it was freezing, but it was like, in the 50s. Like,
yeah.
It's pretty comparable to what we're experiencing here. You thought you might sneak in a little bit of pool weather, but a little too chilly for that, huh?
I did not pack appropriately.
I have to say, I absolutely love that top right picture. That's a great picture.
It's a beautiful photo, yeah.
The background was stunning. I have a lot of pictures. I'll post them on social media, but what a stunning, stunning trip. We were really blessed to be able to make this work.
Glad you took some time off and celebrated with your new husband there.
Glad to be home, too. I think he is, too.
Yeah. It's good to have you back.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about that bus stop forecast, Chris Reese.
I know, from Leah's field trip and now back into the classrooms, we are looking at temperatures in the 30s. Headed out to the bus stop this morning, we will see our temperatures from the 30s to the mid-60s. For your highs this afternoon, you get that sunshine all day, my friends. Soak that up.
All right, thanks, Chris. Stick around, folks. More News 3 Now this morning, right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Pick and Save, we believe fresh is all about standards. Like for oranges, we check for color and scarring and more. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You heard it was a hit. You heard it was a smash. A wonder. A phenomenon. An international sensation. But you haven't heard them.
It's Ford Truck Month, America. With new inventory arriving daily, it's time to get after it in a Ford F-150 and a Ford Ranger. Stop by your local Ford dealer today and let us help you custom order your truck your way. Then we'll get after building it. It's Ford Truck Month. Visit your local Ford dealer today. Order your F-150 to lock in 0% financing for 66 months and $500 cash, plus an extra $1,000 retailer order bonus.
I can't take it anymore. It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free? Perfect.
I can change, honey.
Not you. These drafty old windows.
Oh.
It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free from Feldco.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
I never would have thought that Ron Johnson would have ever been somebody that I can say is family. I remember thinking, wow, he actually came here, but he actually took the time to step in the door and support my husband in a program, in a vision, in a dream. It was like their visions of helping the people were all one glue. And when the two of them got together, they developed a program called the Joseph Project.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
When you open a jar of Better Than Bouillon, you open up dinner time to great flavor. Chicken, beef, seasoned vegetable, roasted garlic. With Better Than Bouillon, the possibilities are endless. Make your everything better with Better Than Bouillon. Don't just make it better.
Even the smallest surprise
can make a big memory worthy of passing on. Kinder Joy, treat plus new spring toys. A little surprise goes a long way.
At Pick and Save, every free pickup order is picked fresh and packed with care, or we'll make it right. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Right now, an attack on Ukraine right here in Madison. Police are investigating an arson case involving a Ukrainian flag.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky set to address U.S. Congress this morning. His appeals to lawmakers.
And of course, we've got a roller coaster ride of weather to go through. 60s, snow, and more warmth to come.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide, making my return after a couple of days off.
I can't get over how chipper you are this morning, because most people would be a bear having to come back to work after 10 days off.
My two Chris's, my favorite folks, other than my husband. Happy to be back.
We're close second and third, I guess.
It was a nice long honeymoon. I think we're both ready to be back into our schedules now.
Well, it's good to have you back. We missed you.
Thank you.
Ready to do the news?
Glad to be back, ready to do it.
All right. Madison police are investigating an attack on Ukraine right here in Madison. Police say that a woman's Ukrainian flag was found Monday night burned to ashes.
The woman lives on the Near East Side on Winnebago Street. She talked to our Brad Hamilton about what this means to her and how she's trying to find a way to move forward.
It was around 7:30 Monday night when Ann Walker noticed that something outside was burning.
Stunned. I was absolutely stunned.
That something turned out to be her Ukrainian flag, which is hung in support of the country that's currently in crisis. Walker couldn't believe two things. First, that anyone would attempt such a dangerous thing, and second, that someone would purposely seek to destroy the Ukrainian colors.
A country that is built on speaking up. We're a country that's built on freedom of speech.
But Walker is trying to keep all things in perspective.
I mean, I had a fire in the front of my yard, which scares the heck out of me. But they have a country that's being destroyed.
And the Ukrainian colors fly proudly in front of Walker's home tonight.
It's my one little way of showing support for a country that's under siege.
Now, if you have any information on this incident, Madison police ask that you call their tip line. You can find that number over on channel3000.com.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will virtually address Congress today. He is expected to call for a no-fly zone, something the West has refused for fear of an all-out war because NATO pilots would then have to directly engage with Russians. Yesterday, he spoke to the Canadian Parliament about providing more concrete help.
Hearing your children hear all these severe explosions, bombing of airport, bombing of Ottawa airport.
President Biden signed into law a federal budget yesterday that gives billions of dollars to Ukraine, and he's expected to announce an additional $800 million in military assistance today.
Ukrainian and Russian officials are set to begin another day of peace talks after several days with no breakthroughs. President Zelensky says those talks are sounding more realistic, but more time is needed. Still, Russian attacks on Ukraine's capital of Kyiv and other cities around the country are growing more aggressive. More than 3 million people have fled the country as refugees. The UN says about half of them are children.
Ukrainian forces not done yet. New satellite images here showing the Ukrainian military destroying a number of Russian helicopters at the Arson airport. It's the most destructive known military strike the Ukrainian military has conducted so far against Russian helicopters, with the latest, with at least 3 helicopters seen on fire. For all the latest information from the crisis in Ukraine, download our mobile app. You can download it today in your app store. And today you can watch President Zelensky address Congress live.
More local news now. Police in Beloit are looking for a bank robber this morning. Officers say the robbery happened yesterday, just after noon, at the Advia Credit Union. They say the suspect gave a note to the teller demanding money, then ran off with that cash. That person still on the loose this morning. The police have not released a suspect description. Luckily, no one was hurt.
Police say they're investigating what led to a car crash that hospitalized one person. It happened yesterday around 5:15 near the intersection of Raymond and Gilbert. One person was taken to the hospital with injuries, so it's not clear just how bad they were hurt. Fire officials said that person was the only one in the vehicle at the time.
Is there objection? Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you, Madam President. And
a lot of people having that reaction this morning. It appears an extra hour of sunlight is one thing everyone in the U.S. Senate can agree on. The chamber passed a measure that would make daylight saving time permanent. That means we wouldn't be setting our clocks back in the fall. This measure passed with bipartisan support, get this, unanimously. The House still needs to approve it before it could go to the president. Now, if this does happen, the change wouldn't go into effect until next November, so in 2023.
Well, I am still feeling the effects of the time change from Saturday night into Sunday.
So I've decided, with your blessing, to patent the idea of a vacation on the daylight saving time weekend, because I don't feel a gosh darn thing.
You know, Julie and T. Wright and I were talking about this. We were saying, like, what if he and I went to, like, Cabo or Cabo, however you say it, and did the weather from Mexico?
Take us.
And so we were like, it is a plan your vacation with Chris and Julian.
There you go. I love it.
Employer sanctioned right there. I love it.
All right. As we look throughout today, we are going to see those temperatures into the 60s. And I encourage you to get outside and enjoy that, because as more model data comes in this morning, it's looking more and more likely that we're going to have a chance of wet snow and accumulating snow as we start to move into parts of your Friday. It'll be followed up with more 60s, so it's not going to last all that long, whatever does fall. Out the door today, grab the sunglasses, friends. You're going to look great in them, too. We're not shoveling anything today. That might change. You won't want the jacket either, especially as we start to move towards the afternoon. It's 35, headed out the door right now. Wind chills line up with the temperatures, so that's good news for us. 30 for Janesville, 28 in Watertown, 37 in Platteville. So you see, we have a pretty good mix of temperatures that are into the 20s and 30s this morning. We're all going to be into the 60s, though, this afternoon. Doppler track quiet for us. We are tracking a cold front that'll bring us some showers later on tonight. That'll arrive from the north and west and will at least bring with it a chance to see added cloud cover. 12 o'clock, temperatures are into the upper 50s. We top out into the mid 60s for your highs this afternoon. Even dinner time, temperatures are going to be in the 60s. So you've got a lot of time to enjoy the outdoors today. 45 overnight tonight. Here's that cloud cover tomorrow morning, and then the isolated chance to see a couple of showers out there as temperatures top out into the 50s. Here comes the snow as we start to move towards Friday. And again, this is looking more and more likely to be something that we will have to contend with throughout the day on Friday. So I'm going to continue to watch those trends as we go throughout today. But Friday is trending colder. We will struggle with those temperatures into the 30s, perhaps even some morning flakes on Saturday before we warm up into the 40s. Back to 60, though, on Sunday. So if you don't shovel it up on Friday and Saturday, Sunday will do it for you.
The roller coaster that is Wisconsin Spring.
Yes, it is.
Or is this Sprinter still?
We're still in Sprinter. Gotcha. I'm going to be honest. It's not spring until about late April, May around here.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Chris Reese, thank you.
My pleasure.
6:37 now. State consumer officials are monitoring all poultry farms within a 10-mile radius of Jefferson County where the bird flu has been found. Any chickens within that radius can't take part in shows, exhibitions, or swap meets through the end of May. This marks the first influenza case in a commercial poultry flock since 2015. DACAP says, though, there is no immediate concern for public health.
Stabbed with a screwdriver. Madison police say a 29-year-old woman was rushed to the hospital. Madison police say it happened yesterday, just before 4 a.m. at a tiny house encampment here on Dairy Drive. The victim walked to a nearby fire station for help. Police say the suspect is a 52-year-old woman who used a screwdriver in the attack. She left the encampment before police got there. The victim does not live at the encampment. She was visiting a friend, police say. No arrests have been made. The investigation's ongoing.
A reminder, today's the last day to register online for the spring elections. You can visit myvote.wi.gov to confirm or update your voter registration.
Habits, whether good or bad, there's no denying that we have them all.
Oh yeah, that's the case for kids too. In this week's Time for Kids, the Recipe for Health experts focus on why it's important to develop healthy habits early. Chris Reese is here with more. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, good morning. Healthy habits are easier to build and keep when started earlier in life, but it doesn't have to be a struggling or even a boring task. At least that's what SSM Health pediatrician Dan Beardmore says when it comes to teaching your kids about proper nutrition.
Bad habits are hard to break. And when it comes specifically to nutrition and health, early onset obesity is really, really linked to later age obesity. And if you have later age obesity, we know what that leads to: diabetes, heart disease, joint pains, etc.
So Dr. Beardmore says that one of the best ways to keep this fun is to spend time together as a family in the kitchen, learning about the foods together and trying new recipes. He also says that it's never too late to start forming new habits, and bad nutritional habits can be reversed. He also says any current health concerns can be remedied. Of course, our Time for Kids Recipe for Health team is always asking what you want to hear about, so let us know what health topics you're interested in. You can share your family's health story with us online at ssmhealth.com/Time for Kids.
What helps at our house is to have a variety of stuff around.
Smart.
Just a little bit of like the treat kind of stuff, the sweets, but to have a lot of the healthy stuff around. So you don't have that many. Like they're kind of forced to do it, and then they develop those habits early. And we're giving our little one, Ben, who's 1 already. He's 1.5.
1 already. Oh my gosh.
So fast. Giving him that kind of stuff early, the grapes, the fruits, the carrots, the stuff for him to chew on, and hopefully they'll stick around.
Hey, at 31, I could use those habits, Chris.
Give me all. Chris Reese, thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
Okay, it's just about 6:40 as we take a look outside this morning. We'll, of course, let you know if there are any traffic delays to mess up your morning commute, and we're going to keep tracking that system that could possibly bring some snow later this week.
And today's 60s already yielding a pretty tasty crop. The start of maple tree tapping season is here.
Plus, we're in the 608 checking out Hidden Cave Cidery just ahead. We're getting our apple a day in early. Stick around.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
We love our new apartment.
Great kitchen, open floor plan.
But there's not much privacy.
What happened to your wall?
At least Geico makes bundling our renters and car insurance easy.
Does save us a ton. What's on this chicken?
Paprika.
Paprika! I made it at home.
That's my catchphrase.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
I love you!
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
Let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
In Madison, contact Heating and Cooling Incorporated to maximize your comfort and energy savings whatever the season.
He's turned on working families again. Ron Johnson said no to bringing new jobs to Wisconsin. Now he's supporting the Republican plan that phases out Social Security and Medicare and increases taxes on middle-class families.
Time for Democrat Alex Lasry. Lasry says let's get more money into working people's pockets and cut their taxes. No wonder so many unions say Alex Lasry is the strongest Democrat to beat Ron Johnson.
I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
In the 608 this morning, talking about all things cider made from apples from right here in Wisconsin.
Josh Sprider having his apple a day. A little early this morning at Hidden Cave Cidery in Middleton. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. We're always thirsty here on News 3 Now this morning, right? And why not have some Wisconsin apples here at this time of the morning? Perfect timing. So this morning we're checking out the Hidden Cave Cidery here in Middleton, right off of Pleasant View Road. Walker Fanning started this last year. You know, you're a Middleton native, you started out this business, and you are obsessed with all things apples, right?
Yes.
You know, why did you get into this?
Well, I just really wanted, so I went to college for agronomy, and I felt like the best platform to really help support our farmers was to start a business where that was a piece of the business. By buying Wisconsin apples, we're trying to keep the money in Wisconsin and also hopefully help farmers take that money, reinvest it into their operations, and help just grow the apple industry overall.
So here you are now, you've got a flight available for us right here. You know, what kind of all goes into the flavors that you choose here to have at Hidden Cave?
Well, really inspiration, so like lemongrass lavender, there's a lavender lemonade at Madison Sourdough Company. The rosehip rosemary, I took a class by Moonwise Herbs, Linda Conroy's class, and she made a rosehip tea that was really good. Old Sugar Distillery, I was working there, they didn't have a gin, so I made hibiscus juniper to kind of be like a gin cocktail. So just really taking inspiration from what's around me.
You know, local man, local business, local focus, that's kind of what you've been about. And you know, why has it been important for you to really give back to the community in that sense too?
Well, you just you want to do what you can for people if you have the means to do it. And I just want to mention, since you brought it up, one of our partners that we love working with is Little John's Kitchen. They're working on building this really great facility, and what they do is they take excess food from the grocery partners and they turn it into chef quality meals. Chef David Hyde, really great guy, makes awesome food, and they're helping end local food deserts. They're helping feed people who may not have the means to do it, but at the same time, it's a pay what you can model. So you could go in there and buy dinner. You could buy dinner for somebody else, but really, it's a great cause. And if you're watching this today, and you're at the store and you say, oh, maybe I could buy a 4-pack of Hidden Cave cider for $15, take that $15 and donate it to Little John's Kitchen, because they have a great mission. So thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. I think that's what's really special about your business, is you really have that local focus. And I think a lot of folks here in Wisconsin especially, I mean, you pride yourself on having Wisconsin apples as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
I love it, and I'd love for more people in the industry to start using Wisconsin apples as well. And hey, they're the highest quality apples that you can get, right?
There you go. Doesn't get any better than this. Okay, Walker, which one should I try real quick here? Which one's your favorite?
All right, Josh, you got to try the chocolate hazelnut.
So which one is that here? There we go. I'm reading upside down. Chocolate hazelnut. Here we go. Ooh. That is really good. That was not what I expected it was going to taste like either. This is awesome, guys. I've got my flight here. I'm good to go. I think we'll see you guys sometime after this, right? Walker, thank you so much for having us in. If you want to learn more, you can go to channel3000.com, guys. Again, they're right off of Pleasant View Road here in Middleton.
Josh certainly looks like it's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's for certain.
I've got everything I need right here in front of me.
All right, Josh. Thank you. If you have an idea for Josh, he loves to hear from you. Reach out on social media or email him at in608@WISC-TV.com.
Think he's coming back to work today?
Hopefully with some samples.
Okay, here in the north, a few days of warmer weather is a sweet treat in more than one way, not just cider we're talking about this morning. When weather consistently stays above freezing and the ground starts to thaw, that's when maple trees tapping season starts. The season can last for about 6 weeks, mid-March through about April, maybe early May if you're further north. It takes about 40 gallons of tree sap to make a single gallon of syrup.
That's a lot of sap.
That is a lot of sap.
A lot of sap.
Takes a lot of time. If you have a maple tree out back, though, you can pick up the hobby yourself.
This is an opportunity for hobbyists to go and tap a few trees in their yard or on a neighbor's yard and make enough for, for your Sunday morning pancakes. You can pour some of your own syrup.
On average, maple trees usually produce 10 gallons per season. That's a lot of work for 10 gallons.
I mean, the tree's doing all the work.
Yeah, but you got to collect it all, right?
Sure. But
you don't mind.
you're not bleeding sap.
That's true. That's true. There's at least one farm that taps for syrup in Dane County, but the majority of syrup is produced further north in the state.
It's so good. Gosh, 100% maple syrup is delicious.
It is good. And the weather, Chris, is perfect for tapping season.
Yes, it is. We're talking about those colder nights. We're at 35 right now. But we warm up into the 60s as we move towards the afternoon. That sun's starting to come up for us. We're going to keep that sunshine around all day with the high of 65. But it's a roller coaster ride that we're on. We get a little cooler tomorrow, colder by Friday with the chance of snow moving our way. And we've got multiple models all trying to hone in on this possibility of at least rain that mixes with some snow as we move into Friday. Model number 1, a little snowier. Model number 2, a little bit more of a rain-snow mix. So let's look at model number 3. And model number 3 comes in with more snow. So this is certainly something that we're going to watch. It'll warm up after that, though. Temperatures are going to bounce right back, guys.
Hey, Chris Reese, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Just about 6:50 on your Wednesday. Coming up in the morning sprint, interest rates going up. We have all the top headlines straight ahead.
First, we want to say happy birthday to Gwenny. What a cute name. Sophia is also turning 3. And Stella, thanks for celebrating with us. Have a great one.
Well, happy birthday, ladies.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during deer season. Right now, get your new X700 series with 1.49% for 48 months. Get a John Deere now and
power up with Sloan's.
How will you mow? Find out today at Sloan's.
Nothing beats a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhoffel's. Right now, get a Tempur-Pedic Queen mattress for only $23.99 and get $300 in Steinhoffel's cash. Take your sleep to the next level with the Tempur-Pedic Ergo Base that automatically adjusts your position while you sleep to help reduce snoring. Queen bases start at just $24.99. And with Steinhoffel's special financing and free delivery, your new mattress has never been more affordable. Relax, it's Steinhoffel's.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video that the viewers can watch while you and I talk so they can actually see how this works. And you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home. I had the timer on, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is wholly words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or just when you want to like get rid of the bags? And
yeah.
You would,
your
morning routine.
It absolutely could be a daily thing, but the way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. Apply it underneath your eyes, fine line wrinkles, forehead lines. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during deer season. Right now, get your new Z700 series with 0% for 48 months. Get a John Deere now and
power up with Sloan's.
How will you mow? Find out today at Sloan's.
Get a super fast mortgage pre-approval from Summit Credit Union today.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky set to address U.S. Congress via video this morning. He's expected to call for more fighter jets and a no-fly zone over Ukraine to counter the Russian air assault. The Biden administration has said a no-fly zone could escalate conflicts with Russia. Next week, President Biden travels to Brussels to meet with NATO allies on the topic.
Fox News journalist Pierre Zakshevsky killed while reporting in Ukraine. The network said the veteran war photojournalist was killed outside of Kyiv when his vehicle was hit by incoming fire. Correspondent Benjamin Hall was with him. He remains hospitalized this morning. A Ukrainian official says that a Ukrainian journalist was also killed in the incident.
State consumer officials are monitoring all poultry farms within a 10-mile radius of Jefferson County this morning where the bird flu has been found. Any chickens within that radius can't take part in shows, exhibitions, or swap meets through the end of May. This marks the first influenza case in a commercial poultry flock since 2015.
Scary scene here on the west side yesterday. A bad car crash on Raymond Road happened around 5:15 near the intersection on Gilbert. One person was taken to the hospital with injuries. Not sure just how bad they were hurt, though. Fire officials said that person was the only one in the vehicle at the time.
The WIAA calling on schools to stop appealing officials' decisions to the court system. In a statement, WIAA's executive director said appealing decisions made by on-site officials undermines the rules agreed upon by member schools. The statement comes after an incident during the boys' basketball tournament when St. Thomas More High School in Milwaukee appealed the decision that had expelled them from the tournament.
Police say a 14-year-old has been cited for driving under the influence. It happened after a two-car crash Monday that resulted in multiple people being hospitalized. Police said the 14-year-old was behind the wheel, a 16-year-old was in the passenger seat in front, and then two adult women, ages 27 and 38, were in the back seat. You can find more about this up on channel3000.com this morning.
Today, the Federal Reserve expected to announce its first interest rate hike since 2018. At the conclusion of its two-day policy meeting, Chairman Jerome Powell will likely forecast the central bank's plans for the rest of the year. That could include a half dozen more rate hikes. Those could lead to higher borrowing costs for credit cards, auto loans, and mortgages.
So, March 16th is the day that we typically hit 60 for the first time, and we have the chance to do that today. We're starting things out with a beautiful sunrise. We're at the low 30s right now. 33 is where our temperature stands, but we should add about 32 degrees to that temperature into the afternoon. Sunshine, 57 by lunch. We'll top out at 65 this afternoon. Even dinner time, we're going to see a lot of those temperatures hanging out into the 60s. I want to encourage you to enjoy that. Snow is on the way. Could be accumulating snow. We're going to track that throughout the rest of this week.
Chris Reese, we appreciate you. Thank you. What a gorgeous sunrise, folks, on your Wednesday. Take that in. We'll be back in half an hour with another local news and weather update.